What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another video, not a One Piece video. We're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade. Now, I've been playing this game since it released, like 2 days ago. This is like the second day of its release, and I've been actually enjoying it quite a lot thus far. Of course, it is the honeymoon period. The new game has just dropped. Everyone's getting a bunch of materials. It's been a lot of fun, but in this video, I'm going to kind of just show you how the game works and just give you a bit of a rundown as to what to expect and what are the best characters to be going for. One thing, though, is that when you start the game, when you go to the gacha, section, you actually have a ton of stuff to look forward to. Specifically, there is a redrawable character. So while re-rolling in this game is kind of recommended, the thing is that you can actually just get Satoru Gojo for free. You can get him for free. You just do the infinite re-roll on the one SSR ticket. You can get him. He's the best character in the game by quite a wide margin. So actually, I could just pull up the tier list here because I do have it here real quick. So this is on the wiki page. So in terms of damage dealers for SS characters, like Satoru Gojo is the best character in the game, and also having Nobara is also really good. She's like just another solid DPS character. There is obviously Itadori, but like, to be honest, like, you can get him, but he's going to age out relatively quickly. And in terms of other damage dealers, the rest are just kind of mid. And then support characters, I mean, not a lot of good support characters out right now, aside from this guy, who's only just an SR character, so he is more accessible than some of the SSR characters. And tanks are not really that used in this game, but they are accessible either way. So in terms of what you want, you really want to get Satoru Gojo and just kind of go from there. In terms of the team composition that I have, this is my current team. So I do have Satoru Gojo, I do have Nobara, I did get Itadori as well, but I also have the tank in the back with Panda, and I do have my support unit at the front with Yaga. So the thing is, in the way that you have to kind of build your teams, is you want to actually put your support characters at the front, because the way that the attack order kind of goes is it starts from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you want your support units at the front, and you want them to use their special abilities to provide buffs to your crew, so that your damage dealers at the back can do as much damage as they possibly can. Now, as for the backup character, it doesn't really matter at that point in time, like that much at this point in time, because of the fact that there's just not a lot of good characters out right now. As time progresses, there are going to be better and better units that do get released. But as for right this second, like, Gojo is number 1, Nobara is a really good DPS character, Yaga is like the best support character in the game, and that's kind of just how it goes from there. The rest of the characters, it's kind of up to you. You could also, like, for this team composition, for example, you could just replace Itadori with like another supporter style unit. I don't really have like that many units to go through here, but there are a couple of other support units you could have. Like, I mean, there's not a lot of good units here, to be honest. I mean, we can just go like filter through like characters that are like enhancers or debuffers. And I mean, we've got a couple here, like, they're not really that great though, let's be real here. But you kind of want to have the DPSs at the back, you want your support units at the front. I mean, if you have Panda, you could put him in the front lines as well. I just put Itadori there because I just want as much damage as possible. Now, in terms of leveling up characters, you can like level them up in multiple different ways. So we're going to just click and hold to actually have a look here. So you need the yellow orbs to level up their experience. You need to upgrade their grade, as it's called, in order to basically unlock their level caps, and you need like certain materials in order to do that. For so like, I have enough to do this one, so I can actually go ahead and unlock all of them and see how far that takes me. It doesn't take me very far, but it does give you more statistics, of course, which is kind of important, which is a big thing. You can obviously level up each of their skills, and of course for Gojo, you want to be leveling up his ultimate skill, because that's the big damage dealing effect. And then I also have been leveling up his skill 1, because like skill 1 is like your main DPS that you're using when you're not using your ultimate skill. Unfortunately, I don't have Gojo's SSR memory, because that thing is absolutely insane, especially with a dupe on it. Like, it is bonkers good for Gojo. So this is what I'm running at the moment. Now, as for right now, like, what is there to actually do in the game? There is a story mode right now. I'm currently just unlocked chapter 7. Of course, you can go ahead and run it. I can actually run this right now. I can actually do this. So let's go ahead and do a run and just kind of show you how the combat of this game actually works, because that's an important component. You know, what's the use of summoning and getting all these characters, leveling them all up, if you can't really do anything with them, right? So in terms of how the combat works in this game, it is turn-based, and as you can see, because I have Yaga at the front, he will be performing performing first. His secondary skill is going to give buffs to physical and Jujutsu skills, so we're going to use that, and then we can basically just do as much damage as we possibly can. There is obviously type advantage stuff that you can take note of above the enemy HP bar, but I'm just going to run it on auto after this anyway. Let's go ahead and just use this and just make sure we just do as much damage as possible. So Yagi giving everyone some buffs, and then we can do as much damage as we can towards these guys. You can see in the top left corner the amount of waves that there are on this fight. So once you get to the last stage, typically there's like a mini boss or something like that, and that is basically the story mode of the game. There's really good cutscenes as well in this game. Like, they're all animated really well. I think it's like live 2D stuff, so it looks really, really, really cool. And of course the ultimate skills are really cool too. You can see that Nobara is about to use her ultimate skill. Is it going to give her a chance to do it? Yes, it will use her ultimate skill. They got really cool animations for these two. And another thing in terms of combat that I probably should mention as well is that when two of your characters perform an ultimate during the same turn, after their ultimates are finished, they will perform like a combined ultimate skill, which does even more damage. So in terms of damage potential, you kind of want to save your ultimates until you have two to perform at the same time, because you'll just do even more damage against the opponents for free. So that's what I would suggest in this case. Obviously, we're running it auto, so it's doing its own thing. But typically, when you're doing up against like really difficult bosses, that's what you'd want to do. And here's Gojo's Hollow Red, which is an AoE hit. It just does so much damage. It's so good. The only real like downside to Gojo, like because he is so strong, he does actually have an effect in his skill where basically after 7 turns have passed, he deuces. He gets out of there and he just disappears. And then one of your backline units comes in. So despite him being the best unit in the game, he does have an inherent drawback. But in most pieces of content, that's not going to be that big of an issue. Of course, we completed this story mode, so there's going to be a little bit more story that gets played here. Just to give you a bit of a rundown in terms of what you can expect, like you can see that we have like the really cool animated characters, and then there's the text, of course. There is voice acting as well, but I choose not to download it because it literally has to download every time you perform a certain story mode mission, which is really annoying. You can just go ahead in the settings and download all your assets. I don't do that though, but either way. So that's the story mode, of course, and there's other things as well. So right next to the main story quest, there's the event quests. The current event quest out right now, for those who are Treasure Cruise players, I would compare this very similarly to a Kizuna Clash. So what happens is you will have the event quest, which is kind of like a mini story mode. There's a normal mode, there's a hard mode. You complete these bosses. When you beat these bosses, you will get a separate material that allows you to defeat this main boss. When you beat the main boss, it will drop another material. That material can be used to purchase items from the shop at a random prize pool. You spend the tickets, you get these random prizes, and there are random prize pools. So once you basically get all the rewards from the boxes, you can continue on until you get like the target reward. And as you get deeper into the boxes, there's more and more items that you have to require. It's really good actually, because when you get towards the end, there's like dupe tickets for like leveling up your memories and stuff for leveling up your character skills and stuff. So for Treasure Cruise players out there, very similar to a Kizuna Clash. So not really anything too crazy, at least for me. I understand how that all works, so that's really cool. So that's dope. There's also the rank section here. Basically, as you level up your characters for your teams, you will acquire rewards. They will get additional statistics. So because I've like leveled up my Gojo a bunch, he's currently rank 9, and at rank 9 he gets like additional statistics. You can unlock more voice lines, more information about the character, all pretty cool stuff. The profile, you guys can go ahead and add me up if you guys so wish to. And of course there is the gacha stuff as well, so there's a whole bunch of stuff here, but what I would say is you don't really want to be doing summons on the banner. I would highly advise most people out there to conserve your stuff, conserve your cubes for future banners, because I think at the start of December, around the start of December, is when we should be expecting the Film Zero to come out with all that cool stuff, and there's a really cool character that will be debuting along with that. And of course, if that is going to be the case, I'll give you guys a breakdown in regards to what you should be expecting for that. So I guess that's pretty much it. That's I just wanted to make this video just talking about the game because I've been playing it a bunch, and for those of you who are also playing the game, I'll leave my ID down below in the comment section so you can go ahead and add me up. This game's been a bunch of fun thus far. Hopefully it continues to be managed well. I know that some games eventually, when they come out to the global version, sometimes they aren't managed the best, but, you know, we're hoping for big things here. Hopefully this game can continue to be a really, really fun one to play, but we shall see, of course. As I said at the start of the video, it is like the honeymoon period right now, where, you know, the start of the game, they give you a bunch of resources, but you know, like, we don't know how long people are going to be interested in this game, but we'll see. Hopefully this game ends up being a fan favorite, especially because, you know, like last year, around this time last year is when that Black Clover game came out. A lot of people were excited about it, and then when it got to around January, February, the year after, you know, the start of the year, basically everyone kind of dropped it. So I really hope this game doesn't go down that route. I really hope that it is managed well, but we'll see. But that's going to wrap it up for me. If you guys want any more information in regards to JJK and you want me to make a video about it, I will do so. So definitely let me know down below in the comment section. Hopefully you enjoyed the video though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more JJK potential videos in the future, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And now I'll catch you guys within the next video.